hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. And I'm assuming that this is the Demonbane, incidentally. You know, her last one was called Aeon, I'm assuming this one is Demonbane. Though its eyes are only mechanical, why is it that when I look into them, I can feel my heart racing? Stupid. It's not like I'm some dumb kid who loves giant robots. I am definitely a dumb kid who likes giant robots. Al-Azif laughs right beside my ear. You lose interest? No, I can regain my cool. What am I doing? It would appear you've taken a liking to him as well. That's stupid. We'll know if it's stupid or not soon enough. Access! I am the keeper of knowledge, the weaver of spells. I am the howling of demons in the desert. I am that which conquers death, the original before which all are but copies. Al-Azif, in my name I ask thee. Thou God, armoured in steel, thou God made by man, thou mechanical God, what art thou? As the spirit of Al-Azif chants in a clear, resounding voice, the robot lights up, brighter than before. Why? What the? We're suddenly enveloped in light. My body bathed in white is dissolving into shining particles. It's like I'm evaporating, vanishing into thin air. I'm disappearing! I'm going inside! Ah! My body collapses, evaporating into particles of light. And I fly. Quite literally, I fly at the speed of light. Carried on the light, my consciousness is drawn to the robot, melding with its shrine. I am innocent rage. I am innocent hatred. I am the innocent sword. I am Demonbane. Huh? The next thing I see are shining letters floating before my eyes. It's like they're burned directly onto my retinas. Demonbane. Demonbane? Demonbane. Left behind by my grandfather, it is a means to resist Black Lodge. I remember what the Haddo Princess had said back then, but why that, now? Thou art the tears that fall from a sky, burning with hatred. Thou art the righteous anger that dwelleth in the blood-soaked flame. Thou art the innocent blade. Thou art Demonbane, the smiter of evil. A fine name, I like it. I hear the voice of Al-Azif's spirit coming from somewhere nearby. I seem to be inside a faintly shining sphere. I'm looking closer, I see it's made of magic symbols. This is a magic field? But beyond the magic field, I see a seat surrounded by instrument panels. The girl's sitting there, now back to her original shape. As I watch, the wing-like things on her back split into the pages before reforming around her head. Now she's wearing a helmet that looks sort of like cat ears. I have no idea what this means. Hey Grimoire, what the hell is this? You're awfully slow. Can't you tell by looking? We're inside of the Deus Machina, of course. The Deus Machina? Inside of that robot? And Demonbane is... You should be able to figure that much out. It's his name! Demonbane. This robot's name. And the name of the weapon against Black Lodge that the Haddo Princess mentioned. So this robot is Haddo's. I'm accessing the controls. What? The black wings of my bodysuit dissolve into the pages of the grimoire. Picked up by the sphere, they float around me like the rings of Saturn. And a ring of paper begins glowing. The rings of the pages start shining, changing shape before my eyes. Some become monitors, others consoles, gauges, control devices, all accessorizing the magic field. Everything that could possibly be needed to control the robot is floating around me. What kind of crazy science is this? Sitting in our pilot seat, which is more mechanical like you would expect in a robot, Al laughs bodily. Yes, this will do. Kiru, we're launching Demonbane. Stop moving things without asking me. You've already eaten the poison, you might as well finish the meal. Is that something the poison should be saying? Looks like I'll have to force feed you the rest. Oh fuck. Ah! The sudden vibration almost makes me trip. The robots begin moving. And the entire platform the robot is secured to has started moving. Ooh, launch animations. Nice. You can tell this game's more than a decade old. So let's face it, it's not exactly a high definition thing, but I was like, no. For the record, it's a decade old. I'm willing to accept slightly shaky CG graphics. Looks like this platform is some kind of transport for this robot. It begins sliding across the ridiculously huge track, and a loud rumbling reverberates across the darkness of the hangar. This thing's moving on its own? It proceeds through the chamber, and I wonder where it's heading. Looks like the destination was right there. A dead end lies ahead. But at the very end of the hangar, there lies a giant boulder with a magic circle on it. That's, well, it's as good a description as I could come up with. The rock's size rivals that of this robot, and it looms ahead of us almost menacingly. The transport continues ahead. Hey, wait! Won't we run into that if we keep going like this? Suddenly, light pours out. The magic circle on the rock rises up into the air, shining brightly. And just as the robot touches the circle, a flood of light fills my vision. Yeah! The flash recedes. And when my vision returns, I find ourselves in a completely unfamiliar place. Ah! Teleport. Gotcha. Well, that's one way to deploy your giant robot. A huge spherical room. The robot is floating at its centre. The transport is mysteriously nowhere to be seen. Around the robot, magic circles and more magic circles. And they too are glowing with light, brilliantly illuminating this spherical room. Where is this place? Inside that rock. You've got to be kidding me, that rock wasn't this big. Now, as a fledgling sorcerer, you should know better than to assume that everything is governed by Euclidean geometry. I see. A space to magic system utilising summoning logic. With this, we can go straight to the surface. I have no idea what you're saying. Well, never mind. You'll get it when you see it. We're going to jump to a point near the enemy. Are you ready? No! Pull yourself together already. Demonbane is launching. Magic circles around the robot grow in intensity. And just when I think the explosive flash is going to burn away my vision, it recedes rapidly. Suddenly, the interior dims. And the magic circles are gone, and the view beyond, that had been hidden by their light, is now visible. What is that? Like stars, or spiders extending their legs. Mysterious things, neither plant nor animals, surround the robot. And like the magic circles, there's 8 of them in every direction. What the hell is this? As I say, I'm assuming this is some sort of magical teleport. Okay, that's a bit creepy. That's a lot creepy. Please tell me there's not going to be an eye behind that thing. Of course there's an eye behind that thing. That was a bit creepy. Yeah. I almost let out a cry, but my throat was clogged with fear, and in the middle of that one that was in front of the robot, the giant eyeballs suddenly opened up. Gaze. Their eyes met. The other 7 are the same, and all their giant eyes closing with their legs that most resemble spider legs or claws. Finally able to let out a cry, but Al is completely composed and gives me an annoyed look. Stop making a ruckus, it's just a device. A device? The eyeball demons encircle and trap the robot. The 8 eyeballs, right nearby, light up at once in that moment. Huh? A downward sensation. I'm falling. I'm falling deeper, deeper. And below me flames rage like the fires of hell. The falling robot is swallowed by the light of the inferno, and then my senses go wild. The Haddo estate. The office of the Haddo Financial Group President. This is the chamber of the tyrant who reigns over the world's economy. And upon the throne sits Haddo Ryu, the young queen who's inherited everything from her forebears. The phone rings loudly enough to threaten a collapse of the enormous, precariously bound stacks of paper on her desk. The phone in her office almost never rings, and looking away from the document she's holding, Ruri picks up the receiver. It's me. What has happened? Mistress, a destroyer robot! The Black Lodge robot has appeared! She hears a flustered voice coming from the other end of the receiver. Ruri frowns, grinding her teeth in annoyance. The loathsome terrorists again. She's frustrated by the lack of any means to resist them. Oh, If only Demonbane would move, and these scum wouldn't be able to do as they pleased. Also, there's something else. Something else? What is it? She listens to the next words that come through the receiver. And the weight they carry freezes Rory's expression. She nods, her face hard with anxiety. I understand. I will be there soon. Hanging up the phone, she leans back in her chair, which begins to turn by itself. And there is the sound of something clicking, followed by that of moving machinery. And the low sound briefly echoes through the office, and then the president's chair, the tyrant's throne, suddenly sinks through the floor. If you were doing that with dignity, guys, you should have done that at like half the speed you did, because that just looked like it fell out from beneath her. Sitting in the chair, Rory disappears beneath the floor, and only an empty silence is left to rule the office. The president's chair falls rapidly through a shaft. This is the president's personal elevator, connecting the Haddo estate with a sprawling underground secret base. At the end of the line is... Rory stands. She roughly grabs her dress, pulls it off with nearly enough force to tear it. The ludicrous dress floats through the air. Rory's appearance is now completely different. She's now wearing a uniform that prioritizes mobility, the complete opposite of her dress. Rory gives off the aura of a proud warrior. In other words, this is the other face of Hidori Ruri. Her face as the commander of the forces resisting the Black Lodge. Her destination is an enormous underground base built in secret with all of the Haddo group's prowess. The elevator continues down to the base's centre at the deepest levels of Arkham City. Before her spreads a vast room, and standing on a platform higher than its surroundings, Rory is able to look out over the entirety of it. The darkness is burned away by the light from the countless monitors, big and small, and by the magic symbols that cover the walls and float in the air. Space below her, 3 operators, dressed in mate uniforms, are each dealing with some emergency. And noticing Rory's arrival, one of the operators turns. Mistress! Call me Commander here. Yes, Commander. So, I heard that something unusual is happening in the hangar. Yes, the imaginary expansion catapult is powering up. Why? Can it be that someone's infiltrated? Unknown. We've completely lost control of that facility. The most we can do is use the monitors. Cut the power. I approve emergency shutdown of the magic reactor. I've already activated the breakers, but the catapult and hangar are receiving power from a completely independent source. Upon hearing this report, visible agitation runs across Rui's face. That's impossible! Where could such power be coming from? From Demonbane itself. Winfield, standing in the sub-commander's seat, transmits the operator's words. Information of a higher density than we can capture is cycling through the magic circuits. The machine has activated. That's... Demonbane can't move without a grimoire. Who? How? The catapult is activating. The camera projects a huge crag. The image of the expansion catapult. The magic pattern on its face flashes, and soon the entire thing is shining with light. The flash grills all monitors to white static. It looks as though the rock is exploding. All elements have reached infinite speed. Demonbane is being distributed. She turns away from the flash and looks at Demonbane's status on the other monitor. The response has vanished? Not exactly vanished. Matter that's gone through imaginary expansion exists as a probability at all points in space. You know, like the cat in the box. So where has it gone? The tachyon counter is responding. We can calculate the destined from chosen probabilities. Just a moment. Cool. Her clenched fist trembles on the desk. What the world is happening? Ah, what the hell's going on? Excellent question, but I think we'll answer it at the beginning of the next part. So, until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.